Before the video begins, I just want to say right now, before people get mad at my rankings, that I really did not do enough research before making this video. So a lot of my takes are going to be pretty bad. I hope you enjoy anyway. I'll be making a video correcting the tier list, so don't worry about it. Bada bada boom yo, Donny Boy is in existence once again. Welcome to the Welcome to the pest infestation tier list. I've gathered 33 infestations in your home, and I'm going to be ranking them based on how cool they are to have. We have S tier, which is a beneficial infestation. You want these guys in your home. These guys help you, you help them. These infestations are homies. Then there's A tier. They exist. It's not bad, it's not good. It's like not having an infestation at all. Then there's the B tier. It's not good. You never want anything below A tier. However, B tier is the preferable infestation to have. Like, you can live with it. It's not bad. It's not all that bad. Like, it's probably like a common infestation. Then you have the C tier. The C tier, it's getting kind of worse. This is pretty bad, but we've all lived through it, and it's been okay. Then there's D tier, which fucking sucks. You don't want these ever. It's a really bad infestation to have. And then there's the F tier. It's dangerous. It's like awful. It's torture. I would not wish these upon my worst enemy. And then there's the undisputed worst infestation of all time. We will get to that in a bit. Take a guess now what you think out of these 33 is going to be the worst infestation of all time. And if you're right, congratulations, you're correct. But if you're wrong, alright, we're going to start off with the poster child. Of infestations, the cockroach. These things are an easy F tier. These things fucking suck. Roaches and cockroaches alike are awful. They're all up in your business. They're actually, the one saving grace that cockroaches have is that they don't bother you specifically on purpose. They're just trying to survive. But they're awful roommates to have, man. They make your home stink, and they make your home hot. They steal all your food. They're all up in your walls. They spread disease. They're all up on you while they like crawl around while you're asleep and shit. There's no saving grace actually, because they're in F tier. But like the one thing that makes them not the worst infestation of all time is that they don't go after you. They jump though, which makes them really fucking scary. What a fucking awful infestation to have. If you have cockroaches, I'm sorry, man. Next, we have, let's go with, here we go, mice. House mice. House mouse. Honestly, B tier. It's not terrible. I've lived with the house mouse infestation before. It's kind of a forgettable thing. It's definitely not the best infestation to have by a long shot. If you have a cat, one of your bigger issues is that the cat's gonna catch it and give it to you. But mice never bother you, ever. They want to stay as far away from you as possible. They usually don't take over your entire house. They're usually only like a family of 20 max, and 5 to 10 on average. They're only really there because it's the winter time and they're just trying to hitch a home. Just they're like couch surfing in the winter. They really don't bother all that much. But like one massive deficit that doesn't put them in like A tier, like the tier of non-existence basically, is that they carry diseases. Like the A tier and above, nothing in A tier and above carry and infect you with diseases. That's pretty big. Next is the rat, which is significantly worse to have than a mouse. Like, if I'm sorry if you have rats. C tier. It's the worst mouse. They, unlike mice, they do take over your home. And they also, more often than not, carry all sorts of disgusting bugs. But and also, yeah, they also don't keep to themselves. They don't keep to themselves at all. I probably already just said that, but mice keep to themselves, or at least they keep their family to themselves. Rats will absolutely take over your home. Not to mention cause financial burden. But apart from that, it's just like having bigger house mice. I honestly forget what the fuck this beetle is, but everybody's fucking aunt has this infestation. A tier infestation here. They're that I really forget if they do anything at all. These things kind of just live in your carpets. They really don't do anything. All they do is live in your carpets. They scare you every once in a while, but they really don't do anything to you. They're like ladybugs that mind their business. I wouldn't know because I've never lived with these, but I've been to houses that do it with them, and it's easy just not even acknowledge their existence. The stink bug infestation. Let's go with that. That's next? Stink bug infestation. I'd actually say B tier. It's not terrible. Stink bugs keep to themselves. There's usually not like so many of them. They're in your curtains. Any bugs that like reside in the curtains, I'm kind of a-okay with. It's not the best place for them to be, but I really do prefer it over others. Like, you know, my bed. They do stink, but they only stink if you go after them. They don't typically make your house stink on their own when they're not being bothered. So I can't really rank them super low. They don't go after you. They don't ruin your house in any way, shape, or form. The most damage they do is you have to put like your curtains through the wash. That's not too bad. Next is gonna be, let's go with ants. Ants. Let's say these guys. Nah, these guys are D tier. Fuck ants, man. I don't know. Are they? Ants are a little debatable. I guess no. I don't know. I guess we'll do D tier. No, C tier, because rats are in C tier. I think they're equivalent to rats. Maybe a little worse or better. I'd say equivalent to rats. Ants are like, ants really kind of suck, huh? They will take over your entire home, and it is pretty impossible to get rid of the source of the ants, because their nest usually covers your entire house, pretty much. Or, even worse, comes from outside and connects inside, which is sometimes the case. Ants, although, like, when should we talk about average ants, though? Average ants would be the worst average ant is probably the carpenter ant, which kind of do rip through your home. We'll do D tier. Ants can heavily populate and destroy your home pretty easily. Most ants don't go after you in particular and don't really hurt you in particular, but they're pretty bad. Now, you may be wondering why I have 2 ants. Why, if I have Meruem to be your average ant, then why is there another picture of an actual ant in the selection? That's because this is the fire ant, the worst fucking ant infestation. One that is so much worse than every other ant infestation that I know of. No one cares about low battery. These guys, probably F tier. Ant infestations cost millions in dollars because they fucking rip and tear through your home. They will absolutely swarm and decimate you. Their bites feel like bullets. These things are not to be fucked with. These things will take over your home really quickly. If these guys infest your home, you are better off moving. Or if you catch them early, calling an exterminator as soon as fucking possible. These guys do not waste fucking time. Alright, next we have squirrels. I didn't even know these squirrels infested homes, honestly. I'm only going off of what the internet says, but the squirrel infestation is a D tier because it absolutely ruins you financially. They quickly tear through your home. This is not me speaking, this is the internet speaking, mostly. These things, squirrels are like rats, except they chew through your house a lot more. Next, we will do, frogs. Probably the funniest infestation. I would laugh so hard if I found a bunch of frogs in my toilet, okay? But frogs do spread diseases and emit odors and heavily populate your fucking pipes and houses and shit. This is a pretty fucking bad infestation to have. Frogs are not all that hard to rid, but they suck to be with. Imagine trying to sleep and you just hear fucking dozens of frogs croaking in the middle of the night. You can't fucking sleep because of it. Like, that's crazy. I would not want to live with frogs in my home. Unless it's a pet frog in a cage. Alright, next is the wasp. These guys are a heavy wild card. They're the most, I'd say out of the entire list, they're the most variable. They could probably land anywhere between B and D tier. So I can't really say where they go. I guess we'll make another tier, huh? B through D. And we'll put wasps. Because there's so many different levels to a wasp infestation. Like, usually it's the same with every infestation, but with wasps, you either have a tiny nest of 10 that are the chillest fucking bugs on the planet, or a massive nest of 100. Okay, the nest never usually is like completely inside your home, so it's automatically easier to get rid of them. It's just that they always get into your home, so I still call it as a home infestation. And I've had a nest inside my house once. It was a very small nest with very few wasps. It's really fucking, you know what, no. Let's do B through C. These things are super easy to get rid of. Wasps, you could literally fucking improvise your way out of a wasp infestation without paying much money. Or any money at all. Getting rid of a wasp infestation, if you play your cards right, is fucking free. They're also a lot less aggressive than the internet makes them out to be usually, especially if they're in your home where they're not irritable because they're not surrounded by potential threats. Next, we will be ranking iPad kids. This is a little meme. This is a meme submission for me. iPad kids. I would honestly put them in B tier. They're a bit of a bother. They go through your food, but like they're not the worst. They're certainly not as bad to live with as cockroaches. They usually mind their business. They're just really fucking annoying. Like, that's about it. They annoy you a lot. Apart from that, they don't do any damage to your home whatsoever. It's not like they're causing you financial burden any more than a regular child is. Bees. Easily D tier. Easily. Honeybees will annihilate your house. They live in your walls, and they're all up in your attic. A honeybee infestation is awful. I would honestly hate to live with one, because unlike wasps, they're always in numbers. They're always ruining your home. They're always flying around. Like, as much as I love bees in the wild, they can stay in the wild, please. Please don't get in the home. And then finally, we have the killer bee, which is the worst of both worlds. It's even more aggressive than the wasp. and even more populated than a regular bee. They fly around even more. It's just like the combination of both honeybees and wasps in an infestation. You don't want this. Not to mention their hives are just so much bigger. Like these things will attack you. Like these things are as aggressive as the media makes wasps out to be. They will out they want nothing but hands, nothing but smoke, nothing but ass clapping, nothing but fights. They want nothing but. Let us get into the spider category next. Starting off with the daddy long legs. This is S tier. You always want these motherfuckers in your home. Always, always, always. They're kind of freaky looking. They're not the most aesthetically pleasing spider out there. But these guys are super fucking chill. And not to mention, they keep the worst infestations when it comes to bugs out of your home. If there's a fly flying around, you bet your ass that I'm feeding it to the nearest daddy long legs. Also, when they reproduce, they don't reproduce a lot. They will give out maybe like 10 children max, which is a lot better to deal with than the wolf spider. Is that here? Hold on. Where's the wolf spider? I forgot to put the wolf spider up. Damn it. Wolf spiders. I don't know. I hard to put them in below S tier as well. They are freakier, and they make hundreds of fucking children that run around your home if you squash them. But you never really want to squash a spider anyway. That's never the plan here. Also, wolf spiders go out of their way to hunt bugs in your home, which is really cool of them. Like, I really appreciate the work spiders do to keep my house bug-free. Apart from themselves, of course, since they're bugs. Wolf spiders never fucking bother you either. They don't, spiders don't want smoke. Spiders don't take over your home. They are chill in their own little space and corner. They never go near you when you're asleep. They are chill. Spiders are just a fucking vibe, okay? The next spider to deal with is the false widow, which I didn't even know existed. These guys, I'm gonna look it up actually. Alright, after looking it up, I've changed my mind completely. These things are S tier once more. It's just another regular spider. They have a venomous bite, but it's not venomous to us at all. It does almost nothing to us. It gives us a little itchy bite. They don't carry diseases, so they fine. They are a common infestation in Britain. I should probably add like a picture of a false widow to show what they look like. They're really chill. Alright, next is the woodworm. These things are D tier. These things will shred your home without you knowing it. They are not a bother to you, however. They don't like stink or like bother you or like crawl around or anything. However, these things will shred you financially. These things are dangerous to have in your home. You should get rid of them as soon as possible. Next is the bat. I don't know how to feel about it, honestly. We'll give bats a B tier. They really don't do much. Infestations are more like 5 at a time. They're not super easy. They're kind of easy to deal with. They're not super easy, but they're kind of easy if you're not really scared of them. They can't really harm you. They might carry diseases if you're stupid. I honestly don't even know how these things infest homes. Like they don't do anything. Next is the ladybug. Ladybugs are mad fucking annoying. If you've ever had a ladybug infestation, you know my pain. I'm gonna put them in C tier. These guys are always in your fucking business. Their bite is irritating, though not really hurtful. It's like irritating. They always fly up on you when you're on your phone late at night because of the light illuminating. And then you wake up with them on your bed. There's so many of them in your curtains. They stink. These guys suck really bad. They're the what keeps them out of D tier is who is in D tier. Ladybugs are not as bad as everything in D and F tiers, so it doesn't make the D tier list. Let's go with the common housefly. These guys, we'll give them B tier. They really don't do much. They're annoying. I will say that they are heavily annoying, but every other aspect is fine. They are really easy to get rid of because they don't hide in your walls and shit. They rarely carry diseases somehow. They're not harmful. It costs you nothing to house them, and it costs you nothing to get rid of them. The only thing that makes them annoying is that they fly around making a really annoying sound in the process. The next fly, the blue bottle fly. These guys are blue instead of not blue. I think they're just regular flies, but a little worse. I really don't see them being anywhere in C tier and below though. They're still pretty easy to get rid of. Earwigs. I mean, come on now. These things are harmless. Their only deficit is being scary. These things do zero harm to you. You can have an earwig infestation in your home, and you would never even know. They're just chill like that. The only issue with an earwig infestation is that I think it's pretty hard to get rid of one, but I'm not sure. I honestly kind of forget. I think this upcoming infestation is the most common among every human being on the planet. The moth infestation. And this is the epitome of we don't fucking care. Who honestly cares about the moths in their home? Like, raise your hand if you care about the moths in your home. Nobody, right? No fucking soul on the planet gives a fuck that these things are in your home. They're kind of pretty. The one thing that they do that is annoying is fly up on you when you're on your phone in the dark late at night. And even then, they don't do that very often. So I can't. They're kind of cool to have around. The only places you find them is in your lamp and in your cabinet. That's it. All up in your lights. They just don't do anything. Some of the chillest bugs to ever have in your house. The one thing keeping them out of S tier is that they don't do anything helpful in your house. They like if they actually did anything useful in your house, then maybe they'd be in S tier. But everything in S tier is because they're extremely useful to have in your home, or at least semi-useful to have in your home. Moths, you don't need to have them. I mean, you don't really need to have anything in your house on here, but it doesn't help to have moths in your home as much as it helps to have spiders in your home. Next is the centipede. After research done, I'm changing where I put them. S tier, absolute S tier. These things go out of their way to hunt down other infestations in specific. I didn't even know that. Spiders just take out bugs. Centipedes go after shit like silverfish and bedbugs and fleas and like roaches and shit. They are on a mission to clean your house. Centipedes are the goat. It doesn't matter how freaky they are. Centipedes are goated. That's all I need to know. Absolute goated is the centipede. Oh, termites, man. They are such an easy F tier. Like, they don't do anything to you specifically, but the sheer financial burden makes them one of the... Or, like, people argue that termites are the worst infestation solely on the financial burden that having them in your home can be. They can easily make you bankrupt. It's so bad. Like, I'm not even joking. These things can run you out of money because they are destroying your home and you can't get rid of them. Next is the snake infestation, which is pretty bad. I didn't even know snakes can infest homes, but in the United States of America, there's a famous case in Idaho of a snake infestation running a family bankrupt. They number in the hundreds and are all over the house, inside the walls and outside the walls at all times. They get in your pipes and make your water funky. They're just never fun to have around. They destroy your home completely. Absolute F tier invasion. Next is I'm gonna be honest, I forget what this beetle is called. I think these are house beetles. House beetles are pretty destructive of your property, so I'd say it's D tier. They like C tier. They like shred your clothes and shit. The absolute worst are C tier, but they don't compare to D tier at all. And then because of that, I'm gonna move your regular ant in C tier. Silverfish. It's mid to have silverfish in your home. They shred through paper and they don't do much else. Like, that's about it. They're C tier. That's literally all they do. All they do is eat your books. That's it. They also eat your clothes, which is pretty bad, but I mean, yeah, it's just clothes. We still have not gotten to the undisputed worst infestation of all time. I'll be narrowing it down from here. It's obviously not the cricket, though. Cricket doesn't even make F tier. I would put it in C tier. They're very noisy, but that's really all. They don't destroy your home or carry diseases or bother you in the daytime or anything like that. All they do is get noisy at night. That's really all they do. From here on out, it's also definitely not the kissing bug, although definitely definitely closer to the worst for sure. Absolutely. These things will bite you and make you itchy. That's pretty much. I honestly forget that. Hold on, let me look up kissing bugs real quickly before I rank them. Kissing bugs are a pretty rare a pretty rare infestation, but all around a really fucking ass one to have. Not the worst, sorry, I didn't mean to put it. A really fucking ass one to have. They regularly cause diseases in homes. They're not financially burdening or anything, but they will be a fucking menace to you. They feed on your pets and shit, and they feed on you too. They carry and transmit both diseases and parasites. Not a very fun duo in your home. Very terrible roommate, 0 out of 10. These 4 that I have remaining, I didn't really mean to do this, but these 4, apart from mosquitoes, are probably the hands down worst bugs to have in your home. And maybe termites. Replace mosquitoes with termites and you have the 4 worst infestations of all time. Speaking of which though, that means that mosquitoes do not make the worst infestation of all time. They carry mad diseases, but if you live in the United States, you don't have to worry about that too much. If you're in other parts of the country, that's a problem, but usually mosquito infestations don't even occur. When they do, you have no idea when they go. Mosquito infestations make you really paranoid. Really paranoid. It feels like it never ends, you know? They don't cause financial burden, but it's another case of the kissing bug where it's always going after you and it's always causing problems in your house. They always want the fucking smoke. They're really annoying, all up in your ear and face. Typically, if they didn't cause so many diseases, I would put them in only D tier, but the sheer danger that they pose puts them in F tier. Next, out of these 3 bug infestations, the flea is not the worst, but it is a top 3. I have lived in a flea infestation. There is nothing like I can't put into words how much hell I have gone through fighting for my life to fucking live in a flea infestation. You walk through the house and you're guaranteed to have like it's your legs will look like pepper because these things are small and they're always wanting to smoke with you. Think cockroaches, but they always want to bite you. They're transmitting 7,000 diseases. They're tiny and they fucking jump more often, dog. Like, I know cockroaches fly and shit, but these things jump, which is infinitely scarier than flying. Absolutely F tier. There's like very few infestations that beat out the flea, but the flea is torture. These things are the hardest bug to get rid of. Calling an exterminator could not help you. If your house gets infested by fleas, hope is lost. You might as well move out. There's no getting rid of a flea infestation. They're all in your walls. They're in every room of your house, always going after you, always biting you. You're always getting sick because of them getting all over your body. Fleas fucking suck to have in your home. They are so bad. They're the worst infestation I've ever had. But for some people, the worst infestation they've ever had is bed bugs. But the worst is undisputedly scorpions. Let's get to bed bugs first. These things are awful. These things will rip apart your body. They rest in your bed and in your mattress. They're all over your room, specifically taking it over. They transmit diseases and they make your body really itchy and dirty. They hide in your clothes, in your fucking shelves and drawers. They're all over you when you sleep. That when you're sleeping in your bed soundly is specifically when they get after you. It's not as hard to get rid of the infestation, but it's still costly, and you might as well fucking burn your house down if you want to get rid of these things when it comes to them. I'd say you could also do that with fleas, but burning your house down will not get rid of the fleas. The fleas will somehow fucking survive through it. Bedbugs are awful. However, there is an infestation worse than the bedbug, and that is the scorpion. Imagine a bug that can kill you with a sting. Now imagine hundreds of those in your home. Scorpions often kill people, and they infest homes. There's not much more that needs to be said about it. You don't get much worse than an infestation that can kill you any day of the week. Scorpion stings kill more people around the world than any other animal except snakes. These things invade your house. You are literally fighting to survive if your house is infested with scorpions. Now, don't get me wrong, scorpion infestations are rather easier to get rid of if you hire an exterminator. Specifically, if you yourself try, you're gonna fucking die. But hiring an exterminator will clear them out pretty quickly. They don't financially ruin you. They don't stink or make your house hot or anything. It's just that they fucking kill you. That's it. That's just it. They kill you. That's it. You can't get a worse bug infestation than a bug infestation that's fatal. And that, my friends, is the bug infestation tier list. It's not the bug infestation tier list. The rodent and like the pest infestation, the home infestation tier list. With the undisputed worst infestation of all time being the scorpion. Probably not a surprise if you have scorpions in your home. Alright, anyway, it's been fun. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed day.